Hi folks, welcome to another video on the Builders of Egypt Prologue. In the previous video, we completed the tutorial. Now let's complete the first mission. So just as a reminder, let's go back and just take a look at the win conditions. We go to the religion tab and the mission description. So we have to gather 5,000 bread, export 1,000 bricks, gather 1,000 pottery, and gather 75 dwellers. So those are the win conditions. So let's start expanding our city. To do that, we need to build some more roads and build some houses. So here we go. Build some more roads. We'll keep this grid going just kind of the way we started it. I'm not sure what the perfect grid's going to be, but obviously the houses are 2 by 2, so it looks like 4 wide and 8 to 10 long seems to be a good start anyway. So my assumption is that the default in the game is that the dwellers who are workers will automatically start looking for work. But if I click on one of the houses, it tells me how many dwellers and how many workers, and there's a little button down here that says look for work. So I'm assuming they automatically look for work, but again, if that's not the case, we can always come back and press that button. And we've built a well here which seemed to automatically upgrade these houses, but for some reason these haven't upgraded right away, and maybe because there's not enough inhabitants. I'm not sure about that. Smash that subscribe button below right now and click on that bell so you don't miss out on great tips and how to play the Builders of Egypt. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up so the other city builders will know that this video is worth watching. Or just give it a thumbs up for yourself so you'll always be able to go back and watch it again if you need to. We've reached a milestone. We're now a settlement. So let's make our city more attractive. And I think we should add some plazas and maybe some decorative palms. There's a plaza. Can I put one there? Where should I put a plaza? Maybe right there. And maybe one right there. And maybe some decorative palms. One there, and maybe a couple here. That'll spruce up our city, and maybe a couple more right around the plaza. There we go. Now I have a hunch that a shrine will help keep our citizens happy, or the term specifically used in this game is satisfied. And they told us how increasingly challenging it would be to keep our inhabitants or dwellers satisfied as the game progressed. So let's build a shrine. Faith-related buildings. Build a shrine. So now we have a shrine. While I'm thinking about it, I have some critical tips later in this video regarding production chains. So you won't want to miss that, so keep on watching. So let's build some more roads so that we can then build some farms. And my assumption is that agriculture will thrive nearest to the water. Even though this area is getting flooded right now, we certainly want our farms to be near the water. So first of all, let's build some roads. And we'll build some farms. So you may ask, well, why do you want to build farms? Well, it's certainly my assumption that farms will feed our people with food, And most importantly, in this game and with the first mission, farms will produce straw, which is an input we need to build bricks. You can't build bricks without straw, as far as I know. And we can come back later and check to make sure that the goods are being delivered from the farm to the brick maker, or maybe they go to the stockpile first and then to the brick maker, I'm not sure. But certainly a theme that's coming through loud and clear in the Builders of Egypt is the economy of your city. And a big part of supporting that economy is paying attention to production chains. So from what I can tell, it's absolutely critical that you understand production chains in this game. And I have some more advice coming in this video that will help you understand just how those production chains work. Let's check the economy tab to make sure that we are exporting bricks, because that's one of our mission objectives. Click here, bricks, and we are exporting. That looks good. And I should check the stockpile to see what it's doing. So we have clay, wood, bricks. It doesn't have any bricks right now. But I'm wondering if we also have to click export on the stockpile. So I'm thinking I'll click export on the stockpile so that when the trader shows up, they're ready to trade with him and give him the bricks that he needs. I'm not sure that I needed to do that, but let's give it a shot. So we'll do that. Next, let's build a pottery. One of our objectives in the first mission is to gather 1,000 pottery. So let's build a pottery. And it would make sense to put that near the clay pit. So we build a pottery. I want to make sure that our pottery and our brick maker have enough clay. So I'm going to build a second clay pit. And it would make sense to put it right beside the current clay pit. Now, one thing to watch out for, look at the wiggly pathway that's right in between. That wiggly pathway has to be perpendicular to the road, so for some reason it will allow me to build it like this, but really it needs to be turned around like that in order for it to operate properly, otherwise it won't produce anything. Now we have a second clay pit. At this point I want to check that resources are being delivered to the stockpile. So for example, is straw being delivered from the farm to the stockpile, or does the straw get delivered directly to the brick maker? So I'm not sure the pathway of that production chain, so I'm just going to go over to this stockpile and see what we have. We have clay. So the stockpile doesn't have any straw. We've figured that much out. So how is our brick maker doing? So our brick maker, it looks like, yeah, production is going well. So it looks like the straw goes directly from the farm to the brick maker. And he's producing, so because he has the inputs that he needs, and you can see production moving along. And how is our potter doing? Our potter's doing okay. Production is going a little bit slow, but it's going. So he's producing. So it looks like our production chains are functioning. Remember that bricks are a valuable resource in this game. So I assume we'll probably stop exporting bricks when we reach our exporting goal. And at the moment, the quantity of bricks that we've sold equals the quantity of bricks exported. And I suppose that might change if we start using some of our own bricks. So I'm going to check on this stockpile to see how it's doing. And it looks like it's got 4,400 out of 4,800, so it's starting to get pretty full. So I'm thinking I'm going to build a second stockpile. So I'll build a second stockpile right beside the first one. So that'll keep things going. And I'm kind of wondering how oh, I clicked on a person. Our pottery production seems rather slow. So I'm not sure if building a second pottery will speed up production, or I have to do something else in the production chain to speed up the pottery production. And I think we're fine for now, but I'll build a third stockpile if I need to later. I want to make sure I have lots of room to stockpile my goods. I'm going to go back to the economy tab just to check the progress of our mission. So things are looking good. We have lots of bread. Our bricks are being exported. We are halfway there. Our pottery is being exported, and we have plenty of dwellers. So perhaps at this point, I'll let the game run itself out for a while, and maybe that's just all it needs right now, is to play itself out for a few minutes to get to victory. Well, we seem to have a little problem. This little flashing exclamation mark tells me that something isn't quite going right. And if I look on here, this second clay pit has 0 workers and is not producing anything. So let's see if we can fix that. So I'll go back over to my dwellings to see. These were the latest dwellings I built. So there's 7 out of 7 dwellers and 0 available workers. So I'm not sure if that's because the people there are not workers and wouldn't work anyway. But I'm going to try clicking on this Look for Work tab, make it green, and see if that changes things. Because right now I have 0 available workers. We'll do the same thing on this house. Well, the same thing on all of them. Again, 7 and 0. See if that makes a difference. Yeah, because we need... Yeah, I think that's a 0. I wish those numbers were a little larger. It's kind of hard to see. So I'm not sure if this is actually doing anything, but I'm giving it a whirl. And if this doesn't work, then the next thing is to just build more houses. Okay, so I think I've got these folks here actually looking for work. I had assumed that the dwellers would automatically look for work. I'm just not sure that's the case, but right now I have 0 available workers. So let's build some more houses to see if that improves our situation. So we look over here, we should have some more dwellers immigrating into our city, or our village. I guess at this point it's not big enough to be called a city. So we've got that going on, and there's a little icon there. Okay, so there's nobody there yet, but they will be, and I'll see if I have to click on this icon again to get them to go to work. But right now I still have 0 available workers. So I guess I have to let them immigrate in, pick their houses, and we'll come back and see how we're doing. Looks like we've got mail again. We have a request from a neighboring city, so we'll click on that. A request from a neighboring city. A messenger from a neighboring city has arrived. The nomarch, maybe that's the monarch, of the city asks you to help them deliver the following goods. The Nile Valley, due to its fertile fields, was covered by a network of towns and villages. Some of them grew on the foundations of settlements built during the pre-dynastic period. And it goes on to talk about things in Egypt. So there's lots of parts of this game where they like to fill in the history and the background of the actual area. So I'll just click OK. Now our second clay pit is producing, so that's a good sign. I guess we did have to do something to get those workers working. Our brickmaker is making bricks, but I'm going to see if I can speed things up by building a second brickmaker. I'll go to Ware Production, Bricks, put a second brickmaker right in there. And let's see if that speeds things up on our way to victory here. We're getting awful close now. Yeah, we've got 900 bricks, so we're only 100 short. And the pottery, we're still a little bit short. We're good on the dwellers and good on the money. So things are progressing. We are getting very close to victory here. We're only 100 bricks short and 300 units short of the pottery, and we got lots of dwellers and lots of money. I guess maybe I gotta be patient. On this stockpile, I'm gonna click on it. We're exporting bricks. We've got wheat, reeds, barley. Do we have anything else here? Now we have straw. I'm gonna click export straw to see if that speeds up getting straw to our brick maker. Because my assumption at this point, the reason I didn't click this, is that exporting meant export to another village. But I'm wondering if it also means exporting it simply out of the stockpile to a production building within your own city. So I'm going to click on export, see if that helps us out. And let's go over to these buildings. There's 0 workers assigned. That bothers me. So I gotta figure out this available worker issue and how we get workers properly assigned to the particular production building. And if I remember in the tutorial, I thought that they are assigned directly. I just don't know how to do that. Anyway, let's try to figure that one out. I'm going to try building some more houses to see if that increases the number of available workers. Because right now I don't seem to be getting a lot of workers out of some of these houses. So I'm probably overbuilding on the houses, but let's try that to see if that helps out our situation. I'm trying to figure out the available worker issue and how we get that resolved. Yeah, that bothers me. 0 out of 10. So nothing's being assigned, and again, I wish those numbers were a lot bigger. They're hard to see, well, for me anyway. I got a pretty big screen. Well, we made it to victory. We are finally victorious in the first mission of the Builders of Egypt Prologue. But more importantly is that you understand how we got there, and you can repeat that success as we continue to play the game. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you haven't done so already, hammer that subscribe button and click on the bell so you don't miss out on great tips on how to play Builders of Egypt. Click on that box in the lower left hand corner now to see a video you're almost guaranteed to love. This video was selected just for you by YouTube, and they know what you like. So what are you waiting for? Click on the box now and sit back, relax, and enjoy another video. Thank you for watching.